Hey everybody, thanks for watching my stock channel. Another quick update on TRKA, Troika Media Group, with the short squeeze on it at almost 100% of the shares have been shorted. We're talking about 66 million outstanding shares, the news ranges from 90 to 100% of them being shorted. The company is profitable. They've been profitable for the last 6 months. They have enough money. They don't need money. They seem to be just fine and growing 25% quarterly. It's really just gotten insane in the wrong direction for the shorts. Um, I've made a few other videos about Troika Media Group. Please check those out. But I wanted to talk about what's going to happen with the stock value. You have 60 million people that need to put a buy order in all at the same time. And right now they want to, but they don't all want to do it together. They really don't even want to do it by themselves, because when they do it, well, this one guy did it this morning, and he brought the stock up 20%, just him getting out. Now you can imagine a bunch of them getting out. He probably had to put 50,000 or 100,000 buy orders in to get rid of his short position, and that sent the stock up to 20% all by himself. And he's just a fraction of the 66 million shares that need to do the exact same thing that he did to avoid losing all your money and then going upside down by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars and getting margin calls. This could just get absolutely crazy. I would expect it to. Troika is now just reinvigorated with energy of defeating this people and turning profitable. I think they've taken it on to be a personal challenge. I don't think they're ever going to report negative numbers again. I don't think they're ever going to ask for money again. I think they're going to talk to their creditors and get longer term arrangements and show them their new profitability. They're half a $1 billion company right now, growing. It looks like 25% quarterly. Where it ends, I have no idea. Where it ends, or where it's going in the short term, we have a clue. There's 60 something million people that need to put a buy order in for this thing, like mandatory, like they have to, like their broker is going to call them and tell them to, like their broker is going to do it for them if they don't do it. Last one out's a rotten egg. They're just gonna absolutely grilled on this one. If you shorted this one at $4 and it goes to $10, yeah, your broker is gonna probably call you and start making you sell off other assets. He's not gonna let your account fly upside down just so you can take this thing up to $100. So they're gonna force you to sell it if you're not going to sell it. Most people are gonna choose to sell it. They're going to choose to sell it earlier. I think the longer they look at this and the longer they look at the future of this company, the longer they look at the recovery, if they see one more ounce of growth, if they see anything positive whatsoever, it's going to set them into complete panic mode of having to get out. And just one getting out is going to cause everyone else to get out, and it's going to force everyone to get out. So now you have people like me added to the mix going, oh my God, this thing's a short squeeze. I want to buy some. And I am. So just to let you know, I guess I'm biased on this one because I'm a buyer. I'm not going to buy much of it, but I'm going to buy enough to where, at 100 to 1, and I'm going to do damn good. So that's my play on this one is, trying to get it up to $22, maybe $100. If it gets to something stupid like that, I want to at least be the beneficiary of it, and it's not going to cost me much to do so. Look into Troika. There's 66 million sell orders that need to go in immediately, and on top of that, you can probably throw another 60 million, buy orders, 66 million buy orders that need to go in immediately, and then another 60 million buy orders that will go in from people like me that are staring at the short squeeze right now going, ooh, I got to get some, and also saying I'm going to hold. So They're not going to be able to short there. So it's just the price is just going to go absolutely batshit. There's going to be people like me have been diving into this thing for the last month. The Reddit users are all over it. Uh, they were making a wild nilly-willy gamble in the beginning, and that gamble somehow turned out to be a smart idea. The company looks like it's been saved completely and turned around and multiplied by 10. Just absolutely astounding in 6 months to see this kind of a turnaround and to see that kind of stability. And they'll be able to show their new $1 billion-a-year company to creditors and say, hey, you don't have to worry. We got this, that, and the other. And, we have your monthly payment every month. Thank you very much. They might even get a new credit line at this new business level. Who knows? Going from a $50 million company to a half a billion or a billion. Yeah, it's going to get you some extra money. And then when this price goes up nice, they might dilute the stock one day. Who knows? They might do it right in the middle of the short squeeze and confuse everybody. I don't know. That could happen also. So I would expect maybe a dilution if they want to make themselves rich off of it. I don't know if they can with the SEC, but that'd be a neat play. If this thing goes up to $200, I'd like to dilute. I'd like them to dilute it a little bit. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Put a few hundred million in Troika's pocket, make it even stronger, just to force the rest of them out. There should be maybe 15-20% shorts. Would be reasonable. I mean, those are probably the fair odds of this company not making it. 100%, yeah, not a chance, buddy. This thing's going to the moon. You need to take a look at it. You don't put too much money into it. The downside is there could all of a sudden stop making money and or stop making more money, more revenue every quarter, make less. I guess that could always happen. But check it out. The short squeeze position is fascinating, and to watch them now have to deal with a profitable company makes it even more fascinating. And to watch the 100% short squeeze position, and then all of the people, hundreds of millions, that are just totally interested in this stock, and then tens of millions that are scooping it up right now, just to get a little piece, and that aren't gonna give it up until they see the big number. I'm not going to give it up till I see the big number either. So it's a go for it play. It's 22 cents for $20 or to zero. That's going to be what happens. But the shorts are going to have to get out eventually. I think what they're all waiting for, the 66 million shorts, they're waiting for Troika to close its doors and leave peacefully. And I think if that happens, the stock can go to zero and get delisted, and then maybe they can get paid or something. I don't know how all that works, but if they all get out together, this thing goes up to $100 immediately. They have to get out single file somehow, and last one's a loser, and they can't get out two at a time. They can barely get out one at a time. Getting out one at a time brought it up 20%. I'm going to do more checks on how many average volume, 141 million shares. I don't know how many people got out in one day. It doesn't tell me that. But I definitely need to find out. I'd like to know the size of this short squeeze. That might be interesting to help calculate the future. But I'm sure that 60 million people still need to get out. They need to buy this stock immediately. And everyone else is buying it too. And yeah, this is going to get real interesting real fast. There's your play of the week, Troika Media Group. Check it out. They all can't get out. They all can't buy together to get out, and they have to do it single file, or even then they're screwed. I don't know how they ever get out of this thing, and I guess they hope as a group, as a conglomerate, maybe they're going to have a secret club or some unspoken religion that says, you're not allowed to get out right now. You have to wait till the doors close or something like that. They must have some method of communication. All these short people because they're all kind of acting in sync with each other. It's like all of them are stubborn. If you're short and you see 17 cents and you bought it for $4, let it go, buddy. What are you hoping for? Another 17 cents? Are you hoping for another dime? But no, he can't get out. He can't get out for 22 cents because he's going to make it 35 cents if he tries to do that. If he tries just to relieve 25% of his position, he might just send this thing to $1. So I think he's kind of looking at it like that. Like, how can I shorted it at $4. How can I get out of it at a decent rate where I can still make money? I think if you shorted it at $100, then you might, I don't think it ever was that much. What's the highest it ever was? Yeah, yeah, just $3. $3 is the peak of the world for this thing. So I guess the biggest shorter would be in about $3, and they shorted so damn much of it that they're going to get a margin call as soon as this thing hits $3. Oh, that was funny. Look at this. The 100% shorted company, $3 was the best you could have shorted it at. That's if you're Madame Cleo and picked your short position. You got $3. If you didn't, you shorted it at $2. You shorted it at $1. That means as you try to get out of this thing with your 66 million short positions, oh my God, now I'm really starting to see the problem that they're having. This one guy tried to get out and it almost screwed the pack. If this thing hits $2, all of these people are margin called. They're all going to get their brokers calling them. You can't let a short run out of control. You can't let something you shorted for $2 go to $50 in your account. That would destroy your entire account. I'm pretty sure they would call you and make you sell it, make you buy it to get out of your short sale position. Excuse me. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know it was that cheap. I always thought it was a little higher than that at some point, but no. The smartest guy in the room did this at $3. Now everybody's got it, and now none of them can move. If one person moves, they're all screwed. I can't believe anyone wouldn't just be greedy and just go for it. I think that's what we saw this morning. We saw one guy break from the secret club. Why wouldn't you want to get out? If you could only drive it up 10 cents, you better get out of some. We're going to start seeing this really often. This guy broke the pact. He broke the secret alliance. The only thing that was keeping this thing, all of these people from getting margin called, was like this guy just like broke the secret oath. And it just seems like they have a secret club. I'm sorry if I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but why wouldn't you get out of this thing if you shorted it at $2 and then now you're seeing this trouble? This is not like, oh, I'm gonna take it to the end. No, you would want to relieve yourself of this position, but no, for some reason you're not, and you're not because you can't, because maybe the players are too big. And maybe they know they'll do too much damage on their own to get out. They have motivation for not closing it at 17 cents because they're going to drive it to $5 on themselves, and they're going to force a margin call on themselves. I think these people really screwed up, and I don't know how many of them there are at 66 million. It could be 1,000 people. It could be 50 people. It could be 10 people. I don't know. But somebody made a huge mistake here, and this is just going to get so interesting. They're just praying they're just praying that this place goes out of business, and I guess they're just going to sit there until they do. But once they start breaking ranks, like this guy did, somebody else is breaking ranks on Monday. They're like, you know what? Screw that. I'm not going to be the last one out. At some point, you're going to have to say that to yourself, especially if this thing hits 50 cents, then you're really going to have to say it to yourself. Everyone else is doing it, I better do it too. So, Troika Media Group, short squeeze of the decade, better than GameStop. At least GameStop had a much higher high that maybe people shorted it at, where you could get out on time or relieve yourself. And this is an unrelievable position that these people are in right now. 66 million shares. And if it goes over to like $2, you're screwed. and you get a margin call, and you get all your shares sold off, and you're wiped out. So those are your choices right now. Get out and be wiped out, or take it down and just hope it dies on its own somehow, and somehow, I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe I'll leave a comment below. Tell me what happens when you're delisted with a short position. Does it vanish, or can you not no longer buy it back to return it? What happens? Well, why are these people holding their stock even though it's over? Why would these people want to continue putting themselves in this position? Um, it must be, the only thing I can come to is that they're going to spike it out of control on its own. They know the amount they have is so much. It's high enough to send it over $2 all by themselves and turn them into a loser just on the very transaction itself. I think that's the only thing, because money is a motive. And if it was as clear as, oh, we'll get out now, buy some. If it was just that simple, it's a no-brainer to do it at 17 cents. Just a no-brainer. It's 100% shorted. I'd like to be first out. Let me get out. But no, I think these people can't get out. I think they bought 1 million shares or 100,000 shares or something stupid where they just can't get out without shoving this thing over $2. They're probably looking at it every morning at the bid and the ask sizes and doing the math and saying, is there enough there, or where does, I can buy it up to $2 and get rid of 20% of what we got, and then I'm going to send all the other shorts wild. So I don't want to do that. I'll never get rid of my other 75%. So I think they're in that type of a pickle. You guys need to jump on this one. Have a good night. See you next time.